Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Kat, and this video will be 5 tips that have helped me along my journey to transform negative thinking into positive thinking. So, as soon as you realise that you're thinking a negative thought, then try your best to switch it to a positive. So, for example, you're thinking something negative. Can I change it to a positive? So an example of this could be that I'm thinking negative about having to do the washing up after dinner. I don't want to do it. It hurts my hands. It makes them really dry. I dislike doing it. I don't like feeling the food in the sink. And now I'm thinking negative thoughts. I can switch that to a positive, being that I've got clean dishes to be able to cook food to eat with, which I'm grateful for, and that's a positive thought. The fact that I've actually got hot running water as well as liquid soap to be able to clean my dishes, I am grateful for. There's people out there that haven't got that. And I'm also grateful for the fact that I've got food in my belly that I have had to clean the dishes for. So I am very grateful for that. So that's an example of how you can change a negative thought into a positive. Another step can be, and this can link to the first step that I just mentioned, that if you can't change that negative thought into a positive one, because I've been there and I know it can be quite difficult, can you change your perception of where you are and what you're doing completely? Look around the room and use your 5 senses. Can you smell anything? Can you hear? Can you see? Can you touch and can you feel? Other things that will distract you from the negative thought that you're having. So, for example, we'll go back to the washing up scenario, and you really don't want to do the washing up. You're really annoyed. You're going down a spiral. You got loads of it to do, and it's upsetting you. Now, can you just completely change your mind about it? Is there something you can see? Well, I could see the leftovers of my food, and I'm grateful that I've had food. So that is a changing of a positive. I was grateful to be able to taste that food. That food tasted very nice, and I can imagine tasting it. It makes your mouth water when you think about it. Can you smell it? I can smell the food. I could smell the food when it was cooking, and I remember that smell. And so it's taking my mind off that negative thought of having to do the washing up and changing it into positive thoughts. Is there anything I can touch? I could, for example, the water. I know it might dry your hands out, but touching nice lukewarm water or hot warm water can diffuse the situation, and it's quite a nice feel. Or is there anything else around? Like I'm sitting on a really nice fluffy blanket on my sofa, which is really nice to touch, and if I touch that, it takes my mind off the washing up, and therefore I'm in a positive mind space. The other thing is, can you feel? And I mean, feel as in emotions. I'm grateful for the food that I've eaten. I'm thankful to be able to have food. I've got a full belly, so that's a nice feeling. It's a feeling of satisfaction. And again, now I'm already completely off the topic of having to do the washing up, and I'm grateful for feeling full and happy to feel full. If you're struggling with step number 1 and step number 2, and you just cannot get your mind off this negative thought, whatever it may be, then sometimes it might be worth you doing what I call a brain dump or a journaling exercise, where you will take everything that's going on in your brain, that negative thought, scribble it down in your journal, close the book, and then move on. You know it's there, you know you can come back to it, you're not going to forget about it, especially if it's something you've got to do, for example, like the washing up. You know it's there, you can put it in your to-do list, whatever it is. If it's really that bad and you just can't do it, don't do it. Take your mind off it, go and do something else that's more positive. And just using that journaling exercise is enough to try and change that from a negative thought to a positive thought. Now, exercise is brilliant because after, I think it's between 30 minutes and an hour of exercise, your body actually releases natural neurotransmitters that make you feel good, like endorphins, that make you feel good, get that euphoric feeling, that jogger's high, as they call it, to try and help you feel good. Not only doing the exercise will do that, it will also help you to forget about whatever the thought is that's negative, to help you kind of change your mindset from that negative thinking to a positive thinking. Not only that, but when you actually do a little bit of exercise, it may only be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, just go for a walk, a light jog, some stretching. You will eventually actually feel proud of yourself for doing it, and so therefore turning negative into a positive. It's a little bit complicated, really, and I want to talk about it in a bit more depth, and that is diet. Now, with diet, you can use it as a temporary kind of quick fix. If you're going through something immediately negative, then some people can have a little snack just to try and pick their mood up and let them forget about whatever it is that's making them feel negative. However, I do suggest reducing sugar content and reducing caffeine content, because these over longer periods of time can cause mood drops. So you have a sugar high, but then you also have a sugar crash. And same with the caffeine, you have the caffeine high and then you have a caffeine crash. And that can make you feel negative and have that negative mindset. Another little bit of information is I've been informed that caffeine can cause caffeine anxiety, which means you're feeling a little bit your heart's racing, you feel a bit anxious, you feel a bit shaky. So that may be something to avoid. Something that is good for diet is fruit, which is natural mood boosters. They contain lots of your vitamins and your minerals to fill your body up with all your nutrients that you need to help you to feel good and to help your body work properly, which in turn will help you to have a positive outlook and a positive mindset.